everyone. So it's been about a week since my last chemo, and I just wanted to pop on here and kind of discuss some of the things that are starting to come up for me in terms of lessons. It's very exciting that this is all coming to an end, in terms of the chemo anyway, and we're moving on to surgery, radiation, and everything like that, with some good news. As you saw in my last post, it looks like it worked. It's working, which is very exciting, and I'm really, really grateful for everything. And I'm starting to learn some lessons. And now, full disclosure, I'm not, healed in every way. I all-knowing. And I don't pretend to say that, I'm perfect at this, but this is what's coming up for me. So when you go through something like a health crisis or a personal crisis of any kind, you are forced to focus on yourself, in every way. And I was forced to have compassion for myself, something I was not good at. And what I mean by that is, every single time that, I had an off morning, or even now, if I have an off morning, I tend to kind of be, oh, come on, Christine, you're better than this, get motivated, let's do this kind of thing. And throughout chemo, I had to constantly remind myself, I can't. And that is okay. And that lessons that I'm learning, I thought that coming into this, that I would do what a lot of people do, do this, or select few people do, sorry, this grand, I would write a book, on how I healed myself of cancer. Or I would, discover a love of an amazing instrument and become a composer and, and attribute it all to cancer, all that sort of thing. I thought that I would become more action oriented, is what I'm saying, and more focused and more driven. And I found the opposite. What I ended up finding is I slowed down in every way. This has been the hardest few months of my life, but also, and scariest, but also the calmest. I have learned to relax, to just rest, to be okay with it, to be okay with the isness that is, whether that's, feeling down in the dumps, not being okay, eating nachos like it's my day job, not exercising, and just not being interested in any of my wellness practices. That's okay. And there are days where I needed it. I really, really wanted it, and I wanted it badly to practice some of my wellness practices and move towards some of that, and that was okay. So what I'm trying to say is the lesson that I've been learning is not to be more driven, not at all. And I'm not saying drive is bad, but to instead be more authentic, to be more authentic with what I need, to be more authentic with how I'm feeling, with what's going on in my life, who I want to include, who I don't, when I want to include it, everything like that. Just become more genuine to myself. And that has been the most freeing and beautiful thing. To just, for once, live life. Not try to be better at it. Not try to get faster at it, more efficient at it, more driven at it. Read some book on how I'm going to be better. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It isn't a bad thing to want to be better. But it is when it becomes a detriment to your being and your isness. You're not okay with anything. And I wasn't okay with anything. And I thought I was. I thought I was this wellness person. And I'm not saying that I wasn't. But I wasn't in the way that I see it now. I listen to more rock music now. I eat worse. I often wear sweatpants with a house coat over top, with people over, and I don't really care. And there's things that from an outsider's perspective would show, oh, she's less well. When in fact, I'm more well than I've ever been. I don't need to control my outside environment in order to feel okay inside, because the isness that is the way you feel inside has literally nothing to do with your outside. So to wrap up, what I'm trying to say is that we have this kind of dogma and indoctrination that is all around us right now, this spirituality that we all work on, and it's so popular. And I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm saying that it can become very extreme and very negative for you. And it can become, I don't want to say a religion, but like it can become too much, and not self-preserving, not authentic, and not helpful. So if you are, spiritual or woke, as everybody is working on nowadays, do remember that just because, you're organic, yoga, all those things, which I love and I will never stop loving. But remember that you still need to be in that. If you like rock music, great. You want to do yoga and then eat nachos? Great. Be you. And I'm so excited to move forward in my life with that genuine care and love for who Christine is. So I hope that you can hear something in this that speaks to you. And hopefully, 5 months of chemo isn't what it takes for you to get to where it took me. Apparently, I'm a little bit of a rough learner, but we're all getting there. So much love to you all. Have an amazing day. Be authentic and be yourself.